Life begins again. They say life begins at 60, and perhaps so does your garden. Because now, in this new chapter of life, there's something rare and beautiful. Space. Space for slower mornings, for gentler routines, for the quiet joy of watching something grow, not out of duty, but out of care. Imagine this. You step outside, a warm cup of tea in hand. The air is cool, the sun just rising. Around you, a symphony of green. Lavender, upright and reaching. Chamomile, bowing gently in the breeze. And beneath your feet, the subtle lemony perfume of time nestled in the stones. Each plant is a memory, a choice. A reminder that time, when offered to the earth, always gives back in bloom. This is more than a garden. It's a sanctuary, a space that listens to your pace, that welcomes you as you are, and gives you its quiet strength in return. Welcome, dear hearts. You've arrived at touch of sexagenarian green gardens, where the soil remembers your footsteps, and the leaves lean in to listen. Today, I'm not just sharing garden tips, I'm passing on secrets. Soul-stirring ways to transform your garden into a sanctuary of wonder, the kind of place that whispers your name when no one's around. And at the end, I'll introduce you to one powerful healing herb, once nearly forgotten by time, but still quietly thriving in sacred corners of wise gardens. They call it the Jack herb, Cromalena odorata. And once you meet it, you'll wonder how your garden ever lived without it. So put your hands in the soil, take a breath, and come with me. Let's begin. Tip 1. Soundscaping, tuning your garden like a symphony. Why decorate only for the eyes when your ears can fall in love too? Sound is a hidden thread in the garden's soul, and with a little intention, your garden can sing. Hang gourd chimes for low, earthy notes. Plant rustling grasses like Mexican feather or quaking aspen near your favorite seat. Lay gravel paths that crunch softly beneath your feet. Even the wind can be your composer if you give it the right instruments. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you hear your garden? Not the traffic beyond the fence, not the neighbor's dog. I mean the secret music, the sigh of wind through grass, the soft hush of petals brushing one another, the gentle clink of a chime when no one's looking. Sound is the garden's forgotten language. And when you give it voice, the entire space comes alive. Try hanging dried gourd chimes near your porch, deep, mellow tones like nature's own cello. Place bamboo tubes beneath a bench, where they echo footsteps like soft drums underground. Let gravel paths whisper underfoot. Let tall, dry grasses murmur along the fence. Even rustling leaves have a rhythm, if you plant them in the right places. A garden should be seen, yes, but it should also be heard. Not loudly, but like a lullaby you almost remember. Let the wind be your composer. Let your garden sing. Tip 2. Mirror portals. Create a secret garden illusion. What if your garden had doors to another world, and you never noticed? Tuck a weathered mirror behind climbing ivy. Place aged glass where it catches just a slice of morning light. Reflect a path, a rose, the moon. Mirrors aren't just for vanity. In a garden, they become magic windows, or memories of what could be. What if your garden could open doors to somewhere else? Not a different place, but a different feeling. Mirrors, when placed with intention, don't just reflect. They enchant. Nestle an old mirror behind ivy. Let it catch the morning sun or the bend of a path. Suddenly, the garden looks deeper, older, more mysterious. Use aged glass, a little weathered, a little fogged. So what's reflected looks half dream, half memory. A patch of lavender becomes a field, a single rose bush, a forest. Don't polish them. Let time do the work. Let dust and dew blur the edges. A mirror in the garden isn't just decoration. It's a portal. Not to somewhere else, but to something forgotten inside you. Tip 3. The altar of forgotten tools. Some tools retire, but they never lose their story. Gather rusted trowels, splintered handles, that old watering can your grandmother used. Mount them like relics, on stone, on driftwood, beneath an arch of rosemary. Add dried herbs, a carved stone, a single copper bell. It becomes more than decor. It becomes a shrine to the hands that came before yours. Every gardener has tools that no longer dig, but still hold weight. A cracked trowel, a bent fork, a handle smooth from years of holding. Don't throw them away, honor them. Choose a quiet corner. Lean that old spade against a stone. Tie dried herbs to its shaft, lavender for peace, rosemary for memory. Let rust become part of the story. This is more than display, it's a tribute. To the hands that held the soil before yours. To the seasons that shaped you. Add a copper bell, a faded glove, a carving from driftwood. Build an altar, not to worship, but to remember. Because a garden isn't just what grows, it's what endures. Tip 4. Moon gardens. Night blooming enchantment. The garden doesn't sleep when the sun sets. It just changes its voice. Plant moonflowers that bloom in the twilight. Lay pale stones or oyster shells to catch the glow. Let night flocks perfume the air as the stars arrive. Why let the moonlight go to waste when you can make her a guest? Most people plant for the day, but some of a garden's greatest magic waits for the dark. A moon garden is not loud. It glows, it whispers. Plant white blossoms, moonflower, jasmine, night phlox. Lay pale stones or seashells to catch the silver light. Let the night air carry scent instead of sound. When the sun sets and the world grows quiet, the moon arrives. And suddenly, your garden is a place of mystery. Not to be seen, but to be felt. The petals open when others sleep. The air thickens with perfume. The silence speaks. Don't close the garden at night. Invite the moon in. She's been waiting. Tip 5. Fragrance trails. The invisible path. A secret path doesn't always need bricks or borders. Plant creeping thyme where your feet will wander. Line narrow trails with rosemary, mint, or lemon balm. Let scent be the breadcrumbs your memory follows home. Fragrance is invisible magic, and magic is what makes a garden unforgettable. Some paths aren't made with stone. They're made with scent. Plant creeping thyme between your stepping stones. Tuck rosemary or lemon balm along narrow trails. Let mint brush your ankles as you pass. Each step releases a memory dash. A whisper of summer, a flash of your grandmother's kitchen, a calm that settles in your chest without asking permission. Fragrance is the garden's invisible map. It lingers after you've left. It greets you before you arrive. You don't need signs or gates. Just let your garden smell like home. The jack herb, the forgotten healer. Today, I will be focused on jack herbs, also known as jack in the bush, scientifically called Cromalina odorata. Growing jack herbs and their benefits for seniors. Welcome to Garden Wellness, where nature meets good health. Today, we'll explore a powerful medicinal plant known as jack herb, or more traditionally, jack in the bush. Scientifically, it's called Cromalina odorata, and it's valued across Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean for its healing properties. Part 1. How to grow jack herbs in your garden. Jack herbs are surprisingly easy to grow, even for beginner gardeners. Step 1. Choose the right spot. This herb thrives in warm, tropical, or subtropical climates. Choose a sunny spot with well-drained soil. Step 2. Propagation. Jack herbs can be grown from seeds or stem cuttings. For cuttings, take a 6 to 8 inch piece of healthy stem, remove the lower leaves, and plant it directly in moist soil. Step 3. Watering. Water regularly, especially during dry periods. However, avoid overwatering. Jack herbs prefer soil that's moist but not soggy. Step 4. Pruning. To encourage bushier growth, prune the tops every few weeks. This also helps control spreading, as the plant can be invasive if left unchecked. Step 5. Harvesting. Leaves can be harvested once the plant matures, usually within 6 to 8 weeks. Use fresh or dry them for teas and topical applications. Part 2. Why jack herbs matter, especially for people in their 60s. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation, infections, and circulation issues. That's where jack in the bush comes in. Here are 3 key health benefits for people in their 60s and beyond. 1. Anti-inflammatory and pain relief. The leaves have natural compounds that reduce inflammation. A tea made from the leaves may help ease arthritis, muscle pain, and joint stiffness, common concerns in older adults. 2. Wound healing and skincare. Topical application of crushed leaves or leaf extract supports rapid wound healing and helps prevent infections, ideal for minor cuts, scrapes, or diabetic skin care. 3. Immune support. Jack herbs contain antioxidants and phytochemicals that boost immune function, helping the body fight off common colds and bacterial infections more efficiently. Always consult your healthcare provider before introducing any new herb into your routine, especially if you're on medication or managing chronic conditions. In every leaf of jack in the bush lies centuries of natural wisdom, and growing it in your own backyard is a step toward empowered, age-positive wellness. Thank you for joining us on Garden Wellness. Grow well, live well, stay well. Subscribe for more natural health and gardening tips. Until next time, keep your hands in the soil and your soul in the garden.